Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 8 de Secret Files 2, Puritas Cordis. Nina está agora num quebra-cabeças infinito por toda a Paris, tentando encontrar todas as peças para a ponte que pensa dar acesso à biblioteca do cardeal. Biblioteca esta que deve guardar o segredo para evitar o apocalipse pretendido pela atual seita Puritas Cordis, com base nas profecias de Zandona. Se eu estiver certo, faltam as peças ocultas numa estação desativada do metrô e numa cela de uma delegacia de bairro. Esmalte vermelho com a Ferrari vermelha.
Maybe this will help to render the scratch invisible. Oops! Oh, rats, I spilled a little from the bottle. I hope it won't show too much. But it still looks a whole lot better now.
A vela que ela mesma jogou. E agora ela vai enganar que fez um desejo na fonte para a Ferrari se recuperar, ou para alguma outra coisa qualquer. E o Rossi vai jogar uma moeda de 10 na fonte. E daí ela vai pegar essa moeda de 10. Querem apostar?
Hello. You still look pretty depressed.
Don't I have every reason?
Look at the bright side. Here you are, sitting in this lovely park. Okay, lovely, maybe stretching it a bit, but, well, just look at the bright side.
You sure know how to cheer a guy up.
Yes, so I've been told. I've heard that fountain over there is a magic wishing well. People used to come from all over to toss in a coin and make a wish. Maybe you should give it a try.
If you only knew the things I have tried already.
It's still worth a try, though, don't you think?
Just for a brief glimmer of hope that is going to be drowned by a whole deluge of disappointment the very next second?
That negative attitude isn't helping, you know.
That is what my shrink kept telling me for years.
She was right. But why is she no longer saying it?
Because she is being treated herself now for chronic depression.
What this guy needs is a serious miracle. I've fixed your car. You can hardly see the scratch now.
Do you enjoy kicking a man when he is already down?
What? I really did fix your car. It may not be perfect, but considering what I had to work with, it's not a bad job.
Why would you do that? Why would my luck suddenly turn around and smile on me and send me an angel?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just having a particularly friendly and helpful day.
Very likely that. Just do me a favor and stop trampling my feelings. It would have to be a miracle if anything that could happen to me. And miracles don't happen just like that.
But
Please!
The poor guy is so despondent that he cannot even imagine why someone would simply want to do him a favor. He seems in dire need of a miracle. If I go away now and promise to come back soon, will you promise not to do anything stupid while I'm gone?
Sure, I wouldn't even have the energy.
Moeda.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
You don't seem to have much luck. Maybe you should give the wishing well a try.
Wishing well? Yeah, right. Nobody believes in that kind of thing these days.
You know what they say? Faith moves mountains.
Oh, sure. And the early bird catches the worm. I can really do without your words of wisdom.
Maybe we should just give it a go. I think this might be a good investment for my 5 cents. I can always fish them out again. This round is on me. You'll never know if you don't try.
Mamma mia!
Right, this should be interesting. I just made a wish for that scratch to disappear from your car.
If that works, then... baloney.
Won't you take a look at least?
This is a total nonsense. But I was just about to check on the car anyway, so... The scratch is almost gone.
You see? The wishing well is working after all.
But the scratch still shows a little. And there are some weird stains now.
What did you expect? I only threw in 5 cents. Naturally, that only buys you a very small miracle. A larger sum might bring on a bigger miracle.
You are right. It's worth a try anyway. Wait a moment. I will be right back.
Esperto esse professor da
Well, have the scratch and the stains disappeared now?
Not really.
Typical. That's a 10 cents gone down the drain.
10 cents? That wasn't very generous of you.
It's twice as much as you paid.
Well, maybe the wishing well feels you're playing games, so it's taking its sweet time over that miracle you wanted.
Could be. I am going to stay here and wait for the miracle to happen. I will probably just be disappointed again, but it's not like I have anything better to do.
Good luck then.
Em vez de voltar lá e jogar uma moeda de 2 euros, pelo menos, não. Vai ficar aí esperando que se produza milagre. Ou pedir emprestado para Bá uma moeda de 2 euros.
There's some money down there, screaming, "I'm a coin! Get me out of here!" What an investment. 200% return in a matter of minutes. Once I'm done saving the world, I'm going to write a book about investment strategies.
$10.
I traded in most of my fortune for a piece of gum. Let's hope that was a worthwhile investment. MacGyver could probably combine this with a ballpoint pen to make a nuclear bomb, but all I can do is chew it, I'm afraid.
Então ela tem que pegar esses chicletes, colocar aqui na fechadura e daí dizer que precisa mastigar.
There. Getting in there shouldn't be easy now.
Então agora, beber, beber.
Yuck. This stuff is disgusting. I spat it back into the bottle. It's safer that way. After all, I need a clear head. But I bet the horrible taste in my mouth will linger. If I want to get into the drunk tank with the blue stone, this might be a good time to demonstrate my superior acting skills. Well, hello there, purty thing. I'm totally plastered, but I wanted to... Thank you so much.
Really? Let me smell your breath, then. Ugh, that smells of cheap booze. But you don't really look drunk to me. I think we had better perform a blood test.
If we must.
Please, take a seat over there. I'm going to take a blood sample now. You will only feel a short sting. There, that was all. Not again. That will be my husband. He calls me every 20 minutes just to make sure I'm really working and not cheating on him. As if I had a chance of finding someone else the way I look. Please wait here. I'll be right back.
E agora ela vai ter que pôr álcool na ampola de sangue?
I need to think of something quick, or my little ruse will be exposed.
Ela ficou com a garrafa? Ficou.
I'm going to dilute my blood with a little alcohol. Then she will certainly have to put me in the drunk tank.
All right. So now we get to continue. I'm now going to put the blood sample in the analyzer. Your alcohol level is 0.37%. How do you manage to talk or sit up straight? And how come you're even still alive? But if anyone deserves to sober up in one of our cells, it's you. No doubt about that. Come along then.
Você vai ficar mais admirada com a rapidez que ela vai se recuperar também.
That's odd. The key won't go in. The lock must be blocked somehow. Good thing we have more than one drunk tank available. Please hand me your possessions. I will keep them safe while you're in here.
Agora ela vai conseguir uma pedra, mas perdeu as outras
There seems to be
duas.
another cell next to this one. A very musical one.
Hello. You play really well.
Thank you. I got a lot of time to practice.
Oh, how long have you been locked up here?
No idea. Is the war over yet?
Yes, and Napoleon has been banished to Elba. What did you do?
Oh, they accused me of all kinds of things. Actually, though, I am completely innocent.
Yes, I guessed as much.
Os cabidos.
Coat hooks. Who would want to take anything off in a cell as filthy as this one? They are firmly anchored to the wall. A simple wooden chair. I can think much better standing up. There's a big hole in it. The result of frequent use or rather excessive violence?
Bola de futebol furada.
Two very comfortable bunks. At least all those maggots, sowbugs, and beetles appear to find them comfortable. I don't think I'll ever be tired enough to lie down on that. I never imagined that I would end up in jail someday. And of my own free will at that. If only that nice soldier were here, the one I met at the train station in Moscow during my last adventure. I bet he could simply have pulled those bars apart.
É mesmo, aquele vigia.
A
Corre,
stone from the mosaic depicting a black king.
corre para a Pedra Azul.
I can't pull it from the wall just like that.
Mas você só tem uma bola furada. Ah, tem outra coisa aqui embaixo da bola furada.
A metal spoon.
Uma colher. Corre para a Pedra Azul.
Hey, you're not going to try and break out of that cell, are you?
Who, me? No, no. Wouldn't dream of it.
Good. In that case, don't let me hear any more scratching and scraping.
E agora? Vai pôr a bola furada lá para ela não escutar? Não. Também essa bola furada ali não ia fazer que a vigilante não escutasse.
Behind this is my neighbor in another cell.
Hello? Are you there?
Yes, you're lucky to catch me in. I was just about to go shopping.
A Bá deu essa ideia de pedir pro cara tocar a música alta para a guarda não escutar o barulho de tirar o tijolo.
Could you do me a favor and play your harmonica some more?
You mean you want me to use my musical star performance as a cover-up? So you can scrape away at that
Si.
wall?
To be absolutely honest, yes.
Just my luck. I finally get a bit of company, and already you're talking about leaving again.
Sorry, but I've got some really important things to see to.
Never mind. But before you leave, at least do me a favor and solve a little riddle for me. I just love riddles, you know.
Is that really necessary?
Yes.
All right then, shoot.
I'm thinking of a 3-digit number. You need to guess which one. Don't worry, I will give you a few clues. The first digit is a number between 1 and 5. Take a good look around your cell. It doesn't matter how long you search, you will never find the answer. The second digit is simple. They have you trapped. It is an odd number, larger than 1. And finally, the last digit, definitely even, and also to be found in your cell. They all stand, but not all of them can walk.
What? Are you quite sane?
Yes, thanks for asking. Let me know when you think you have the answer.
Bem, ela tem 9 barras aqui em cima. 4 é o último.
I think I figured out the answer to your riddle.
I can hardly wait. The first digit is a number between 1 and 5. The riddle was, take a good look around in your cell. It doesn't matter how long you search, you will never find the answer. So, what is the first digit?
De 1 a 5 e que não tem na cela dela. Aqui tem 1, aqui tem 3. Mas é um número ímpar ou qualquer número de 1 a 5? Aqui tem 2. 1, 2, 3. Ela não tem nem o 4 nem o 5.
4.
And what was the second digit? The riddle was quite simple. They have you trapped.
São as 9 barras aqui de cima que a mantém presa.
9.
And the last digit? The answer to the riddle was in your cell too. They all stand, but not all of them can walk.
Por que a Bá disse que é o 4? Todos estão aí, mas não podem andar. As 4 pernas da cadeira, é isso?
4.
Close, but not close enough. Don't worry though. I'm giving you another chance.
I
can
5.
and what
9.
and the
6.
Wow, I'm impressed. What a shame that this probably means I won't be able to enjoy your company much longer.
But you can be sure that you have my eternal gratitude.
Por que era 6 o último? Estão todos aí, mas não podem andar. 4 pernas da cadeira e...
Cut it out back there! How is anyone supposed to stand that rocket?
You know zilch about art. You're a warden at heart.
I've got the stone. Now I need to get out of here.
Agora a Bá matou a charada um tanto tarde. As 4 pernas da cadeira e mais as 2 da Nina. 6 pernas no total. Estão todas aí, mas não podem sair. Grita com a vigilante.
What do you want?
I'm sober again.
Excuse me? That can't be. You had a blood alcohol level of 0.37%. Just now.
Something must have gone wrong with the blood sample. Either your measurement was wrong or the sample was manipulated.
Manipulated? By whom?
Search me! Anyway, I insist on a second test. And if that proves positive too, my lawyer will sue you for procedural error.
Procedural error?
Yes! No one but you can confirm that the blood test was carried out according to the proper procedure. There wasn't even a doctor present. You had no authority to take a blood sample.
What?
So, either you release me and fast, or I'll hit you with so many charges this place will be closed down in no time.
Close down? This is a police station.
Not for long.
With all those bike races and track and field events on TV these days, suddenly everybody is an expert on blood sampling. Come on out then, and don't show your face around here again. Oh yes, and don't forget your stuff.
This battered soccer ball makes a perfect container for water.
Deviam fazer que as coisas se concentrassem em cada local, como era no jogo 1. No jogo 1 você não tinha que andar o jogo inteiro para terminar um quebra-cabeças. Aqui você tem que andar o jogo inteiro 400 vezes para terminar 4 quebra-cabeças. 5 contando o da capela. A história está pintando melhor que a do primeiro jogo, mas a jogabilidade está ainda pior.
Fill the entire fountain this way? Oh, joy. This will keep me on my feet for a while.
Pouco depois,
All right. That should be enough. I think I will switch on the fountain. The water jet doesn't reach the ceiling. I suppose that would have been too easy. I had better switch that fountain off.
agora
All right. This plugged up one of the jets.
uma chupeta resolveu tudo.
The ducks are in the zoo.
Não é para apitar, é para colocar na fonte. Não. Agora não tem mais nada para pôr na fonte. Tudo aqui a gente já tinha tentado. Vela.
I'm going to try and plug up one of the water jets with this candle. It worked. I even managed to plug up 2 of the jets at once. I think I will switch on the fountain. Yay, it worked. The water jet rinsed the crumbly paint off the ceiling. I had better switch that fountain off.
Ah, é para ver que o tijolo azul está lá no teto. Corre para a pedra azul.
That must be the stone I am looking for. Now that the paint is washed off and I can see its blue color, it is easy to tell apart from the rest. I can't reach it. The stick is too thick. It won't fit in the gap. Yes, I should be able to reach it that way, but I need to watch out so the stone doesn't fall on my head. That was a close one.
Ainda bem que é um tijolo de pedra, né? E não daqueles de olaria. Cavalo branco. Agora vai ter que colocar essas peças no lugar certinho lá no tabuleiro, conforme as instruções. Como é que era mesmo?
Seems to be an old map of what is France these days. There's a legend on the panel next to it. The king was in dire straits. He had withdrawn to Provence, and the options he had left did not bode well. The peasants were rising to the north, and the reinforcements from the Kingdom of Navarre, who had just crossed the border, were forced to go up against a massive fortress to the east. Meanwhile, his opponent sat back and eagerly watched the spectacle unfold from his country estate in Brittany.
A única coisa que eu gravei e faço é que a torre é no leste. Então a torre teria que estar aqui. E o meu rei da história, o rei da história é o branco. Enquanto o rei vinha do norte, camponês é o peão. Falou que o camponês estava onde? O meu cavalo não poderia estar aqui, senão já teria dado cheque no rei. Então o peão tem que estar ali e o meu cavalo branco... não.
There are obviously still some stones missing from the mosaic. I don't even need to start figuring out the correct positions until I have them all.
Como ainda faltam? Tem essa daqui.
I inserted all the stones, but I suppose their exact placement makes a difference as well.
Ah, eu posso colocar em qualquer lugar. Ah, que coisa. E esse não tem solucione para mim. Não tem nada simples nisso aqui. Como é que vai pôr essas peças tendo 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 casas? Ficar tentando aleatoriamente até conseguir, como a gente fez nos outros. O rei está na Provença, os camponeses ao norte do rei, os reforços vindo de Navarra, extrema esquerda do rei. Fortaleza para o reforço fica a leste dele. O inimigo está na Bretanha, no canto superior esquerdo. Olhe para o mosaico no chão, coloque as pedras azuis que representam as pistas que o mapa deu em seu devido lugar. O rei branco está no canto inferior direito, Provence. O cavaleiro branco, não, o cavalo branco, está no canto inferior esquerdo, que é Navarra. A torre negra, fortaleza, está à direita do cavalo branco. Ah, à direita. O peão preto, camponês, está acima do rei branco. E o rei preto, inimigo da Bretanha, está no canto superior esquerdo. Tranquilo.
What? A mechanical bridge emerging from the ceiling in a chapel that is 350 years old? Whatever lies behind this door, it must be invaluable. I can only hope and pray that this is Cardinal Coubertin's secret archive. Wow, what a sight! Latin. I learned some Latin in school, but not enough to read through a whole archive.
Remember, you've still got me. Just how did you do it?
To cut a long story short, I did really well.
Indeed, but I haven't been idle myself. I managed to obtain some information that should help us find the documents fairly soon.
Uns minutos depois,
I cannot believe how well preserved these records are. We've got something right here, along with the Puritas Cordis documents that Brother Bernard sent to the Cardinal back in the 17th century. Let me recap what I have found out so far. It seems that Zendona returned from one of his pilgrimages to the Holy Land a changed man. Apparently, he had a vision during this journey. From then on, he was completely obsessed with founding a theocratic state.
Very modest.
Yes, but extremely convincing, as we know. He visited small villages as a preacher of repentance, warning the sinners that the day of judgment was nigh, and uttering dark prophecies.
Which he personally made come true. A reign of terror based on everyone's fear of the apocalypse.
Yes, and remarkably successful. His following grew almost by the hour. Especially in rural areas, people flocked to him in droves. The harbingers of the apocalypse are listed here again. First pestilence and disease, then the punishment of the greedy, followed by war, earthquakes, fire, and a great flood.
We all know that, but what comes next?
The harbingers are supposed to make the rulers of the world gather in the New Babel and hold council. That's where Puritas Cordis is planning to destroy them one and all in order to create a new world order. The sect thinks itself the elite of humanity.
The New Babel. What can that... New York! It could mean New York! Puritas Cordis wants to annihilate the UN General Assembly. We have to call my father. He
will go down, along with the rest of the unworthy ones. We represent the will of God. No one can stop us. Least of all you two. Come along.
Quick, run! So we meet again, Ms. Kalenkov. You remember me, don't you? The charming barkeeper aboard the Calypso? But enough with the pleasantries. Regrettably, your continued attempts to stop us are about to come to an abrupt end.
No!
There goes another nuisance. Can we get going now, or would you rather follow your pal? No? All right, let's go then. We are taking a little trip to the countryside.
I've been stuck in this cell for hours, waiting for that Pat Shelton character to come back. Wish I knew what he wants with me, and how Nina is involved in all this. There's got to be some kind of connection to what happened in Indonesia. Okay, let me think. They deliberately caused a volcanic eruption, and I'm a witness. If I follow that thought through, I can't help but suspect they're probably none too eager to let a witness to their evil doings run around free, which tells me this is not going to be a picnic. I'd better get out of here, and fast. The question is, how? I have got to find something to help me escape. I assume this apple hasn't always been white and fuzzy. Ugh, do I have to? Well, I guess so. I can't see any weak spots, no matter how closely I look. The bars are too close together. No way I can squeeze through there. It may not be stainless steel, but it's pretty effective all the same. This looks extremely solid. A cast iron stove door. Please note, a number of iron bars have been placed in such a way that my freedom of movement is somewhat inhibited. An old iron stove. Doesn't look like it's working though. At least it must have been out of use for ages. If the stove won't come to Max, Max is out of luck. This is for picking up trash without having to bend over. Very convenient for old people, or lazy ones. I would love to oblige, but I don't have extendable arms.
Mas se a porta da cela está ali, por que ele não anda até lá? Olha lá, e por que não estica o braço agora? Acho que mesmo aí ficou longe, né?
I would love to oblige.
E se jogar a maçã aqui?
If I manage to hit the trash picker and it falls in the right direction.
Vai conseguir, tenha fé. Tenha fé nos jogos de aventura.
Great, it worked.
Agora eu uso isso para ligar o forno e derreter a porta da prisão.
It's way too sturdy to tip over or destroy with a thin stick. I just need to pull the door off its hinges and... Done. Right. All it takes now is opportunity, a firm whack, and fast legs.
Follow me. Pat Shelton wants to see you.
Uh-oh. Tackling two people with my stove door is out of the question. I should wait for a better opportunity.
Aquele castelo que ela viu do outro lado do Rio Sena.
I am so glad you could make it. There is something I would like to show you.
Nina!
Max!
Yes, Nina Kalenkov and Max Gruber. I would love to leave you to properly celebrate your reunion, but we haven't got the time, I'm afraid. The reason for our little gathering is quite simple. There are some things you want to know and some things that I want to know. You claim it is a coincidence that while in two completely different parts of the world, you happen to develop an interest in the very same matter. How can you expect anyone to believe that? That would be highly unlikely, even if you were total strangers. But in your case, and your collaboration with David Correll of the Church Intelligence Service is certainly more than just coincidence. I don't know who you are working for, but you must know more than you have told me. A lot more. And yet, I am sure you do not know everything. So let us make a deal. I will now show you what you want to know. You see, truth is like an eternal flame. You can try to conceal it, try to shade it, but it cannot be extinguished. And the truth has long stopped hiding its ugly face behind the veil of technology and progress. It shows its terrible grimace day by day. 660 children starve to death every hour. Millions of people slave away in horrible, degrading circumstances, while their bosses become richer and fatter all the time. The deserts are expanding, the polar caps are melting, the ozone hole is growing, the climactic catastrophe is at hand! Every day, We do our best to destroy our planet with all the powers at our command. Today alone, another 140 or so animal and plant species have become extinct.
I know, it's terrible. So, can you make this world a better place?
Yes, I can. Zandona was a great prophet. Too great for his time. His vision could not be brought to life in the 17th century. Today, things are different.
Vision? Zandona never had any visions. He was just a very sick man who wanted to destroy the world.
Destroy? How blind you are! He never wanted to destroy the world! He only wished to root out the evil that is responsible for all the destruction in our world! I will show you. This is La Palma, one of the Canary Islands, a paradise for sun-loving tourists. For us, the island holds quite another fascination, the Cumbre Vieja volcano. The brittle western slope of the volcano is covered in clefts and fissures where water has collected. And now for the interesting part. By placing several bombs in carefully calculated spots, we can use thermonuclear explosions to heat that water so that it will evaporate instantaneously. If you had paid attention in your physics classes, you would know that such a sudden evaporation of water would create sufficient pressure to shatter the volcano's brittle slope and send it crashing into the sea. Can you guess what comes next? That's right, a tsunami. Waves 200 meters high will charge across the Atlantic with the speed of an airplane. The tsunami will sweep across the east coast of the United States. New York will disappear in an apocalyptic flood, taking with it the self-proclaimed rulers of the world who are currently squabbling in blind incompetence at the UN headquarters. The resulting vacuum of power will be filled by our followers, some of whom have been biding their time in key positions for decades. They will take control and lead humankind to a new golden age.
Except for the people on the East Coast. I guess you won't be leading them anywhere.
Haven't you been listening to me? I told you this is about saving the world.
By leaving millions of people to drown? How is that saving them?
I am saving them from their own destructiveness. They would kill each other anyway, sooner or later. But in that case, not just a couple of million people would die, but the basis for our existence on this planet would be permanently destroyed. Don't you see? Those who hold the power in this world are leading us to our doom, day by day. But now, we have a chance of seizing this evil by the root and wiping it out, once and for all. Without its rulers, humankind will be as helpless as a flock of sheep without a shepherd. They will turn to God and to Puritas Cordis, for we are the ones who saw the catastrophe coming and who know how to avert any further disasters.
And nobody suspects that Puritas Cordis caused those disasters in the first place.
It does not befit the sheep to question the will of the shepherd. We will teach people to live devoutly. We will teach them the ways of Zandona, and we will welcome them to the new state of God. They will be led by our supporters, chosen from among the wisest of the wise and the most pious of the devout.
And what will your role be in that state?
Mine will be the voice that proclaims the will of God.
In other words, you will rule over all the rest. So this is really about power, as always.
Certainly, the power of the Lord. But that's enough of me, enough of us. I have fulfilled my part of the bargain and told you much that you probably did not know. At least, not in so much detail. Now it's your turn to uphold your end. Who are you working for? What do you know? Who else knows it, and how does the Church Intelligence Service mean to prevent the inevitable? We had an agreement. Talk!
Who are we working for? Church Intelligence Service? I don't know what you're talking about, but all that Zandona nonsense seems to have softened your brain. That's the only explanation I can think of.
I will not be made a fool of. Very well. You asked for it. You see the grave over there? It's fresh. All that's missing is a body. So, for the last time, what do you know? Who have you told? And what has the Church Intelligence Service got to do with it?
Não sei nada, não dizer nada, contar tudo, terminar o diálogo. Ele só vai matar o Max. Então eu não vou dizer nada.
I'm not telling you anything.
If you think this is some kind of game, you are badly mistaken. A totally unnecessary death, brought on by your own foolish stubbornness. I shall give you some time to think about the error of your ways. Maybe you will be a bit more cooperative when we talk again. Take her to the cell.
Oh, what have I done? Max is dead. I should have prevented this. No matter how, I should have prevented it. I was the only one who could have averted this disaster. I could have saved my father. I could have saved Max. Yes, I could have. And what did I actually do? I am responsible for the death of David Correll, who died trying to help me escape. I sealed the fate of Max with a single wrong answer, and my father will be next. And what am I doing? Sitting here in a cell, waiting for it all to end. I hope it will be over soon.
Não falei que não se perdia nada? Gente ruim não morre.
Everyone should have their own stove door. It's a good thing I carry all kinds of stuff around with me.
Agora eu vou jogar com ele? Volta pra tumba.
I'm glad I'm out of there. Even if it were the last hiding place on Earth, not even an army could make me climb back in.
A Bá já tinha avisado que ele estava com a placa do forno na roupa. Eu nem pensei nisso, só pensei mesmo que não fazia mal. E também que era blefe que eles iam atirar.
I was supposed to be buried there. I never dreamed that I would someday be looking down at my own grave. A vase made of plastic. The gravestone bears the name Fifi. So this is where the dog is buried. Even dogs have a right to rest in peace.
E por que tá dando ação então aqui na tumba?
The charred remains of a doghouse. The charred remains of a doghouse. It's just a ruin, but even so, it is too bulky to carry around with me.
Sim, ele carrega um tanque de guerra no bolso e uma casinha de cachorro seria grande demais.
Okay, let's say spade.
Spaten, em alemão.
If I start whacking away at the doghouse just like that, it will make a lot of noise. And if someone hears me, then they'll start whacking away at me. Even dogs have a right to rest in.
Por que dá ação na tumba do cachorro se ele não vai fazer nada lá?
I don't want to dig any deeper, and I don't want to fill it in. All I want to do is put as much distance between me and my own grave as possible. Looks like this is a guard's patrol route. There's nothing to see except solid bars and a wall beyond. There's no way I can squeeze through there. I'm far too muscular. Well, hello. You're not mourning my death, are you?
Max! Max, you're alive!
Shh, not so loud. Otherwise, that might change pretty quickly.
Max, you have no idea how glad I am to see you.
Who would have thought I'd ever hear you say that? Ms. Kalenkov, you amaze me.
Of course. You don't have any witnesses.
Never mind. If seeing me return from the dead makes you this happy, maybe I should do it more often.
Just as crazy as ever, I see.
Would you really want that to change?
No, not really. But how come you're still alive?
I'll explain later. For now, let's concentrate on finding a way out of here.
Agreed. Do you have a plan?
No, not yet. You know me. But we'll think of something.
Okay, but be quick about it. Pat Shelton might come back at any minute. By the way, in case I haven't mentioned it yet, I'm glad you're still alive.
I just love hearing you say that.
Volto a jogar com os dois. Mas agora eu não saio daqui enquanto não jogar com os dois?
It's one of those nasty contraptions that will kill mice. Looking at the size of that piece of cheese, I'd rather not know what kind of monster-sized mice they're trying to catch here. I can't spring the trap from the outside, and I have no intention of sticking my delicate fingers in there while the mousetrap is set. Yes, this should work. That way I can spring the mousetrap and still keep all my fingers. I rather like that idea. I just saved an innocent little mouse from a gruesome fate and got a big piece of cheese as a reward. It stinks to high heaven. They say smelly cheeses have the strongest flavor, but with that stench, I'm not really keen on tasting it. Well, the vase is reasonably clean, so in it goes.
Vai ter que derreter esse queijo fedido.
I'm wondering what these ingredients are for. We shall see. There's a storeroom behind it. A pile of soccer magazines, aptly titled 11 Friends. Soccer tips aren't going to help me now. I might as well leave them here. Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 666, the devil's number and its significance in mathematics, the 7 deadly sins, and 150 delicious microwave dishes. I haven't got time to sit and read. An instant camera, something of a museum piece in this age of digital photography. An old shelf. Two empty sacks. This model was built long before the invention of color television, but at least it's battery operated. Should I turn the television on or take it with me?
Ligar ou levar? Boa pergunta. Não vejo razão nem para uma coisa nem para outra.
Looks like a snowstorm in black and white. Clearly the reception isn't very good here, and there's no sound. Should I turn the television off or take it with me?
Já que tá com muito espaço no bolso, leva.
One of those wire contraptions you're given when you buy cheap clothes.
O cabide vai servir de antena.
A handheld game console. It actually still works, but there's no game inserted. This thing is so old it's not even electric. It still works.
Vai costurar o saco.
If I want to close the sack, I can just put a knot in it. That way I will actually be able to open it again.
Não vai costurar o saco. Colocar o cabide de ferro na televisão. O cabide de arame.
Use this as an aerial? Why not? It worked for my grandparents. I'll put the television down here for now. Should I turn the television on or take it with me? There's some boring soccer game on TV. A team wearing black and white is playing against another team wearing white and black. There's no sound either, which might be a good thing, at least with certain soccer commentators.
Boa, é o que eu acho.
Should I turn the television off or take it with me?
Não dá pra só mudar de canal?
Did Pat Shelton use this for his sermons on television? Not that I really care.
Spray.
This is used to cool bruises and sprains.
Pegar o televisor, então.
Should I turn the television off or take it with me? I have no idea where that leads, or whether there are guards on the other side. I don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Então é isso. Hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.